Hey friends and familia, this is Dr. Reyna, your trusted realtor with Monday Market Deals. First and foremost, I want to say thank you to everybody who provided feedback in last week's video. It was our inaugural video, first ever Monday Market Deals. Some of you all messaged me on Instagram, some of you all messaged me on Facebook, and some of you commented on the YouTube channel. So I want to go ahead and again say big thank you to you because you're the ones that are going to help make these videos of greater value for you all. So I'm going to encourage you all to continue to do that. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share with others. For today's video, one of my goals is to inform you of how to better utilize some of the websites that you all have access to get information about the homes that are available for sale, that are available for rent, or that are recently sold in the market. So these websites are of great value. They have a lot of great information available to you all. But one of the things that I'm always going to encourage you all to do is check in with a realtor, because the information is typically limited information. So some of these things include like financing options for the type of home and or property. Another thing too is that sometimes these homes are already under contract, but they're not updated in the system, right? So you could get excited about a home and then all of a sudden you're checking in with your realtor about moving forward, and it turns out that that home has already been under contract for a few days. It just hasn't been updated. So that said, I want to make sure that your dreams are not crushed, that you have the most up-to-date information, that you know how to better navigate these platforms. And again, I'm always going to encourage you to check in with your realtor. Once we finish that, we're going to go ahead and transition to the deals for today. So let's get the show on the road. For today's video, we're going to be using a website that is a trusted website, and I encourage you all to use when you're looking up homes. It's called homes.com. So here, you're going to go ahead and enter the city. You want to start off with a neighborhood or city that you're interested in. You can include a school. I'm going to use information from a customer who's asked for very specific things in a home. So we're going to use that for today's Monday Market Deals update. So my customer is wanting to find a home in Escondido here in California. So we're going to start off there, right? And I'm including all of Escondido because I know that this customer is okay with any and all homes in Escondido. What you'll notice here on the left-hand side, upper left-hand side, is that there are currently 337 homes available for sale in Escondido. So I want to go ahead and narrow down my search, right? I don't want to offer or present 337 homes. Again, my customer has specific criteria that they're looking for. As far as their budget, they have a budget of $600,000 to $800,000. That is their current range. Because we know the way that the market is right now, with homes sitting on the market for 30 plus days, we're seeing a lot more price drops within the market. I'm going to go ahead and increase the budget a little bit above what my customer has available to them, knowing that we may be able to negotiate some of the terms, right? And pricing is one of those things. I know that my customer wants specifically 4 bedrooms, a minimum of 4 bedrooms in their home. They didn't specify bathrooms. They're okay with any amount of bathrooms. They're more concerned about the bedrooms. They definitely care about the lot size, and they want at least 1/4 of an acre. So they want quite a bit of land. Already with the filters that we've added here, you'll see that we're already down to 2 homes, right? I want to make sure that I do meet most of the criteria, if not all of the criteria that they're asking for. So I'm going to keep it as is for now. I know that they have 2 vehicles, and so that's critically important for them. They also want to make sure it's a home. Sometimes you'll see a manufactured home, right? A mobile home, condominiums listed in here. I want to make sure that these 2 homes that are listed are actual houses, so single family residents. The other thing too that I encourage you all to be mindful of is the listing status, right? You want to click on coming soon, something that hasn't hit the market, but they're letting you know, hey, keep an eye out, it's coming soon. And homes that are currently for sale, right? So you want to include that on there. Another criteria that the customer has asked for is that there is no HOA in the home that they're going to purchase. So they don't want HOA. You go down to estimated payments and you put max HOA fee, no HOA. So you want to make sure you have that on there. There's so much more criteria that you can include in your search. So I encourage you all to take advantage of that so that you are specifically seeing homes that you really are interested in, right? One of the things that we know is a non-negotiable in real estate is location, right? Location, location, location. That is something that you can't move. So make sure you are aware of that, which is one of the reasons why I like homes.com. So the one for 834 with 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms is located on the east side, and the other one for 799 with 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom is located on the west side. I'm gonna go ahead and click on the one that's a little more expensive for 834,000. Right. So I know that for customers that are looking for homes, one of the first things that they want to look at is, well, what's my anticipated or estimated monthly payment for a mortgage for this kind of home, right? So you're going to see 5,689 is what is being listed here. That you're paying $437 per square foot. Again, 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. There's a lot of information in here. I'm not going to go through it for today's purposes, but again, one of the things that tells me is there a likelihood for a little bit of negotiating is the days on the market. It's been sitting for 2 months already. We know that the average home is staying on the market for a little bit over 30 days, so it's already above the average. One of the other things too, again, going to the monthly payment, right? Because I know that a lot of people, this is their number one thing. How much am I going to pay per month? You'll see here that the assumption is that you're going to pay the 834,900. For me specifically in this customer, their budget is $800,000. So I'm going to go ahead and update that to reflect $800,000. The other assumption that that mortgage calculator had was that you're going to give 20% down. I know that my customer is a first time home buyer and they're looking to come in with no more than 5%. So you can either update the amount of how much you want to give for a down payment, or you can update the percentage, right? We know it's 3.5. I'm going to go ahead and just put 4% to estimate it up. The interest rate is 6.78%. This is critically important. The number one step in real estate when you're looking to buy a home is to get your pre-approval, because your pre-approval is going to tell you what you're obviously qualified for in terms of the home price and or purchase amount, and then also what your interest rate is. So depending on how good or how bad your credit is, this could go a little bit down or it could go a little bit up. I'm going to assume that we're going to come in with a 7% interest rate. Okay. So that home that was a little bit over $5,000 per month on a 30-year fixed loan went from, the 50 a little bit over $5,000 to now a little bit over $7,000. And this is one of the things that I really, really want to make sure that is clear to you guys is that when you're using these platforms, you want to go ahead and update this information. And so in order to get the most accurate calculating payment, you need to get that pre-approval so that you know exactly what you're going to be paying. One of the things here that you'll notice is the private mortgage insurance. We call that PMI, because if you're not giving at least 20% down, you're going to pay PMI, right? Because what happens here, if I go back to the down payment and I say, hey, we're going to give 20%, this 659 is going to go down to zero, right? So you're saving money on your PMI, and you'll notice that your principal and interest also go significantly down because you've given a much greater down payment, right? It went down to 4,200. Again, if we go back to 4%, it's going to go from 4,200 to 5,100. So obviously, the more that you can provide for a down payment, the more you're going to save your monthly mortgage. Okay. So those are the main things that I wanted to share. Again, in Escondido, if you want a property of this size, with a good amount of land, you're going to pay a little bit over 800,000 or around 800,000. Okay, so this is all in Escondido. What happens if my customer is open to looking at a different location where I know they can get a little bit more land at a more affordable price? I'm going to go ahead and look at a neighboring city to Escondido, which is Valley Center. With the same criteria, I left the criteria of under $850,000, 4 bedrooms and above. We want to make sure that it's a home. We want to make sure that there's no HOA. All the filters have stayed the same. And we see that in Valley Center specifically, there is one home available. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what this has to offer. Right. So this home, again, the estimated payment is again a little bit over $5,000. that again can be a little bit misleading because now you all know, right, that they use very specific criteria for the financing that may not be everybody's situation. So again, this home, according to this, it meets the criteria. It's definitely a lot larger at 2,400 square feet. It's been on the market for 61 days, right? So it's been on the market longer than average, and I haven't even provided the, the days that homes in Valley Center specifically are on the market for. Okay, this one offers 2.3 acres. And again, we're going to look at the financing. This is assuming that for full price of $835,000 is what you're going to pay, 20% down payment, and then they're factoring in a 6.78% interest rate. I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, you know what? We're going to come in at about $780,000 and a down payment of 4%, interest rate of 7%. And so what does a payment for a home like this look like? It's $6,343. So that's the anticipated payment. You'll see that there's a pretty big difference in terms of what you can expect to pay for this home. And so these are things that I would want to bring up to this customer to see if it's something that they'd be interested in at least checking out, right? To see if they are interested. In terms of the map, the other homes were located, one of the homes was located in East Escondido, so it's not that big of a commute, in terms of, how far apart these homes really are. Okay, so that is for today's Monday Market Deals. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Today we went ahead and used the criteria of one of the customers that I currently have, so I hope you enjoyed that. The other thing too, again, is remember to use these websites in a very intentional way so that you get the best information out there. And as always, I'm going to encourage you all to connect with a realtor who has access to more information than what is made publicly available to you all. Okay, so with that, you all have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you guys next Monday.